Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Oh my bad. So a lot of stuff's been going on lately, obviously y'all know that, but more and more is pointing to some really scary stuff. This one actually scared me a whole bunch. And it kind of does make a lot of sense that they're doing it that way because the people that want to take over this country don't want you to fight back or do anything about it, which is why they would not want you to be able to travel, and that's why they would rather you have an electric vehicle because you can't just fill up with gas. If they take out power grids everywhere, there ain't no stopping on the side of the road and charging a Tesla, to get anywheres. You can stockpile gas, you can't stockpile electricity. So there's a lot of this stuff that's been kind of like piling up, and I've been looking at different things. So I wrote in a list while I was at work today. So I'm going to kind of read off of this, so y'all can, and as I go along with it. Is an all digital banking system bad? I've heard a lot of rumors going around that they wanted to get to the point where there would be like, y'all need to turn in y'all cash money. It's no more good. We're going to all digital to save the trees and be more green. They're going to blame everything on, a Green New Deal type of situation where they're worried about saving the planet. And they could even get to the point where they would not, not only do away with gas or gas vehicles, which would also do away with farming vehicles like combines and stuff like that. They ain't gonna make an electric combine. How are we gonna harvest crops, especially mass harvest crops? That's what combines do. They harvest acres and acres in pretty much no time at all. They're fast. I used to work for a farming company. There's no way an electric combine can even exist. If they made one, how would they charge it? Like it would just be not logical at all for that to work. So basically, if everything was just digital, they would track everything that you're doing as far as what you're spending on and things like that. It would get to the point where they could just shut off your card. They go, hey, we don't like what this dude's buying. They shut it off, or they might approve you might have to approve a sale through whatever system at your bank before making certain purchases like firearms and ammo and things like that. What are you gonna do about it? I know it definitely bothers me. I wouldn't say that I stockpile ammo, but I have, spare ammo, just in case I need it. I don't have tons of money, so I just kind of gotta do what I gotta do. It just is what it is. Like I said, they might not approve ammo. You just don't know what they're gonna do. And if you can't purchase gas, you can't travel out of state. So if something's happening in a town across, over 400 miles or whatever, even don't even have to be that far. It could just be 10 miles away. You can't even get to it to go and defend, a neighboring town or city, or to help because you can't travel. They don't want you to be able to travel. And I mean, they don't want people saying what I'm saying. They know it's true in some way, shape, or form. This is an hypothesis that I'm drawing from everything that I'm seeing happen, and it's scary. Yeah. So let me keep on going here. How are you going to fight government overreach? With no way to buy anything if everything is digital, or it's just questions that there's maybe small answers to and small ways to fix things, but as far as a big answer, I can't think of one myself. So if y'all can think of something, leave it down there. This is really touchy-feely type of stuff. This is really scary stuff. A lot of people don't like to hear about it. They're like, oh my God, this can never happen. They're planning this stuff right now. I definitely believe that. You're seeing this stuff everywhere, and where there's smoke, there's fire. I've heard a lot of people talk about stuff similar to this. I'm adding my 2 cents to it, and some things that these other people might have left out. So that's where I'm coming from. And it's not just Biden thinking about this stuff. They are literally engineers, thinking of the best way to overthrow this country. A lot of people call people like me conspiracy theorists or whatever else. Well, this is a conspiracy. The stuff that's going on right now is terrible. They're wanting to cover up the stuff that they're doing, the big elephants in the room, like child sex trafficking, and the satanic meetings and deep state, other organizations, and what they do, money laundering, and all kind of stuff like that. The list goes forever. Um, like, what could this do to churches? You know, like, what kind of sanctions can they put against churches in this country? Like, I would feel like states like Florida and Texas and Missouri and other red states would secede from the rest of these and just make their own thing, you know, which is what I hope would happen. I believe that, you know, there would be a lot of them that would back away from the tyranny. But these people, these what I would call engineers, have been thinking about how to do this for a long time. And I think that they have bitten off more than they can chew. I am a Christian. I believe that God is in control. So I believe at this point, and the last thing I have written down, America is 100% in God's hands. There ain't nothing that we can do about it. We can fight back, but they literally can stop us from being able to fight to our fullest potential. I mean, Biden's already using up our emergency oil, gas and fuel reserves. Like, that fuel and stuff is for Army National Guard and police forces to be able to use and mobilize to go and defend things statewide, and even further than that, you know, and even having to go help in other states if need be. That stuff's happening. And what's so crazy about it is and just in this country alone, we're about 330 million. In the world, like 7 billion, 8 billion people, maybe more than that. I don't exactly remember, but it's billions. And we are literally, just us, billions of people. Let's just say the smaller number. Let's just say 7 billion. It's more than that. It might even be 9 billion. We're just up against the people that are making themselves out to be the big shark in the aquarium. It's probably less than 500,000 people that are, you know, orchestrating this new world order, the Great Reset. It's not that many people. I don't believe it is at all. Obviously, you see these people in the World Economic Forum in Davos, in Switzerland, like George Soros and that other idiot. I don't remember what his name is, but I think his last name starts with an S. I don't exactly remember what his name is. Plus tons of other people that are all in on this. A lot of the royals from Europe and things like that. Things that are going on right now in Italy are just insane. Like lines for food. You know, that's what they want everywhere. They want us to fully rely on the government and other types of, you know, people that are considered higher up, and, you know, elites and things like that, to be able to get what we need. And it makes no sense. That made no sense to me. At least it used to not make any sense to me, because I don't understand how people can be so cruel. How could they want that? But it's literally, they're under the rule of Satan himself. And I know it sounds crazy, but it doesn't make any sense any other way. They do shed light on the fact that they do all this stuff, putting their hand in their jacket, doing that Illuminati handshake and all this stuff with the 666 is what that writes out right there. Bang, you can probably see it this way better. I don't know which way it flips this around, but they do that. They always, you know, glorifying Satan all the time. They're sacrificing people out in Cern, Switzerland, in front of that stupid statue that's like a circle with the person with all the arms in there. That stuff is going on. Like, they're doing they do it for a reason. You know, they've been caught up, you know, in something that's terrible. A lot of Hollywood actors and actresses are part of this stuff now too, doing terrible things to children. It's been going on for a long time, and something has to stop. I definitely believe that the Bible is completely true, and everything that God is, you know, influenced to be written in there is going to, as far as prophecy wise and everything else, it's true. The prophecies are going, as we've been seeing happen, and, you know, the second Great Awakening hasn't happened yet. So I don't believe this is the end at all. God isn't a liar. You know, God's not going to come back tomorrow. You know, there's a lot of people looking to the east, ready to see the second coming of Christ. It ain't time yet. You know, there's no way that he could come back tomorrow, because God is not a liar. If he came back tomorrow and all these other prophecies weren't fulfilled first, that would make God false. So we have good things yet to come. I believe the best is yet to come, just like Donald Trump said. I believe that he does have a plan. I believe that God has a plan. I believe that he knows what that plan is, and we just have to kind of sit around and wait and be supportive at the same time and be vocal to our local, politicians and governors and state officials and let them know, look, this is what we want. We didn't vote for Joe Biden. He's fake. The thing is now is a lot of the medias and news outlets that are supposedly conservative, they're just saying, oh yeah, well, basically what happened is, people got just tired of all the media just treating Trump bad and saying, and they just got tired of the drama on the news, so they voted for Biden. That's a lie. They didn't vote for Biden, you know. But the news is saying that for whatever reason. I believe it's because I saw a post a while back, and it's basically like the best way to beat your opposition is to lead your opposition. So they have leaders in the conservative, so-called conservative news that pretend that they're one way, and we're like, oh yeah, conservatives, conservative, whatever, they're teaching, just preaching the truth. They are to some extent, but they're leading you in just in the slight wrong direction, just so you overlook what's really going on, and so you just they want you to forget about the election F word, the election FR blank blank blank, because they're owned by the same companies and big organizations that own the rest of the news companies. So why would they be preaching something different if those big organizations have an agenda that they want their news outlets to reflect, including Fox News? So something to think about. You think they're all good and things like that, which Tucker Carlson and Gutfield and all them might have really good intentions, but they only allow them to say so much. It's plain and simple. Who are these people? Who are the people that are doing this stuff? Like I said, I believe that there are people that were born into the deep state, a lot of them, and they feel obligated to represent it, and they have been, their souls have been bought, their souls have been sold, and they're stuck in the position that they're in to do this stuff, and it's what they represent. And at this point, a lot of them are proud of it, and it's a sad situation. Let me keep going on here. How can so few people have so much power? Like I said, 500,000, probably a lot less than that. It might be 250,000, 100,000. We don't know. I'm just saying it's not that many people compared to the rest of the world that can just come together and do something about it if we can just figure out how to do that. It's the media. It's what gives them so much power, all the lies and deception and smoke and mirrors and stuff like that, and all the money that they have tied up in having people everywhere, like these sold out judges in big cities and mayors and governors. And sometimes it just doesn't seem like there's really a way around it, but you just have to be hopeful and have faith that God has a plan and He's not going to let us go down like this. And that's where I'm at. Another point that I was kind of thinking of at this point, you kind of have to be as self-sustainable as possible. If they do end up wanting to shut down your electricity, making it so you can't get gasoline, if you have money, there are even ways to make your vehicle a steam-powered vehicle, so it would run off of firewood or whatever. I've seen lots of videos of people having those on Facebook. Normally it's a truck, and it's pretty cool. I don't know how fast they go. I don't know how they work, how hard they are to maintain and do maintenance on, but that's something you could look into. There's also solar panels that you could probably put on a car to keep it charged. The thing is, like a lot of those Teslas and things I was hearing, the batteries in them only really last about, as far as not like battery life, but the batteries need to be replaced, even rechargeable batteries every so often, or they'll just run dead like in just minutes. Sometimes on a cell phone, if the battery's just not in good shape, it don't stay charged at all. Same thing with these cars, and it costs about $10,000 to $15,000 just to replace the batteries. So I look at having an electric car as not a very logical substitute for a actual fuel-powered car. So but self-sustainable as far as like if you have some land, plant a garden. If you have um, wildlife on your land like deer and stuff like that, you're not a hunter, maybe it's time to think about hunting and getting a gun, getting enough ammo to be able to, shoot 5 deer a year. That's 5 bullets. You make a good shot. You only got to shoot 5 times a year. There's lots of different ways to be self-sustainable, even like fishing. Like I said, growing your own crops, getting what do you call that? Wind turbining a roof, a couple of those in your property. Maybe if you have a creek running next to your house, put a water turbine generator in it to make electricity and send it back to a battery. There's tons of ways to do it. Tons of stuff you can look up on YouTube. Too bad YouTube is so anti-constitution, and you have to worry about what you say. But YouTube is a pretty good tool for people who want to learn how to do stuff. This is another thing that's been going on, and I've been seeing tons of it. Bill Gates is one of the #1 farmland owners in the United States. He owns farmland everywhere. Why would he be doing that? Is it so other people can't use it to farm, and he owns it and has the rights to it? And they continue to buy that. They also are buying tons of beef cattle ranches and own a ton of livestock. Is that so that they can just kill it all? That way we can't have beef. The same thing with chicken and poultry farms. I believe a lot of them are owning those now too. It's just done with the list. There's just so much to say about what's going on right now. I don't even know where to start. Like I said, it definitely has bothered me the fact that there is a lot pointing to there's a lot pointing to them wanting to take away paper and tangible handheld currency so they can start a lot of this. I don't know how they would do that, how they would implement that. Don't know if it'll actually happen, but I know that this one of the things they want to do to make it harder for us to be able to live the way that we need to live to be free, and to also be able to protect ourselves and protect our neighboring towns. It's just scary. I made a video a while back of how would you communicate with another town nearby or another state to figure out what's going on there if they took away our cell phones, like basically our what do you call it, data and whatever else, and cell phone connection and reception. How would you talk to anybody? How would you know what's happening in the town next to you if you couldn't drive your car because of no gas, and you couldn't communicate because of no cell phones and no phone service? You'd just be a sitting duck until they come to your town to police everybody and not see everybody around. So it's really, really tough times that could be ahead. I'm not the type of person to want to fear monger people, but people need to be ready for stuff like this, and just pray a lot. We'll just have to see what happens. I hope that midterms, God changes a lot of stuff, and people that deserve to be in office and people that actually that people want in office actually are able to win, and that God can help put an end to the election F word. Because this is, I believe, is a good country, and it's the last country that is willing to go to other countries to save people and to help get people out of bad, groups of people out of bad situations. I just don't believe this is the end for us, so keep in prayer. As always, like and subscribe. Jesus loves every single one of you. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.